Got our official sponsor, Greenwood Stock Trading. If you want to learn how to make some passive income, some extra money, so you can invest in your future and your kids' future, give them a call for a free 10-minute consultation, 281-760-3170. Go get to the bag. All right, man, let's talk about Shakur Stevenson numbers from the Yoshino fight. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Appreciate everybody for tapping in and, supporting the channel. The best way you can support the channel is by thumbsing up the video, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel. Don't forget, if you listen to the podcast, you can support the channel by rating the podcast wherever you choose to listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, the whole nine. So hit the link tree. You can find all that information. Yeah, let's get to it. So Shakur Stevenson did solid numbers last night. Real solid numbers. I mean, Saturday night. He did real solid numbers. He actually did, I think they're saying 804,000 viewerships on ESPN. Before the digital era, that was those would be considered piss poor numbers. But with everything that was going on last night, or Saturday night, I keep saying last night, everything that was going on Saturday night, with the UFC, the boxing, and all that type of stuff. I think 804,000 viewerships was great. Now, I think the XFL did outperform him. But then again, I don't think they were directly competing with some of this other stuff on Saturday night either. So you had the UFC card, you had the Define Door card, you had something on the zone that I completely forgot about. And he actually clipped 804,000 viewerships. So I think that's a good number for him. And they said this was the fourth top-ranked boxer of 2023. So this is the fourth one going into April on regular ESPN, because the ones on ESPN Plus don't count because they don't release viewership figures, and Nielsen ratings don't have jurisdictions on those. All right. So I mean, those actually, considering what he went up against, Monday night, those are good. Those are good numbers in my opinion. Really good numbers. So, I think he made the UFC led him led into the Shakur fight. I wasn't sure. I know they had some prelims on before it. But yeah, you've seen other people, Comey and Ramirez did 639. Everett Wilson did, it was a Friday, 403. And Jabway Shaw did 353. So yeah, it was the highest, once again, Shakur is the highest, puller of viewership of the original top-ranked fighters, not including Devin Haney, what he did versus Camboso in the first and second fight. And that was last year, by the way. I think Devin Haney had to compete with Deontay Wilder on pay-per-view the second time. The first time, I just don't remember. But yeah, those good numbers for him, for everything he had to compete against. And all this continue to do is, financially, these dudes would have it. You know what I'm saying? These dudes would have it financially. They would literally have it. So if these promoters turn around and if these promoters turn around and work together and work in good faith, which they don't even do their fiduciary duty to their fighters in good faith. So why would you be good to another promoter? They could win. Boxing could win. And Don King and Rob Arum understood that. They understood that. And one thing that, these generation of, promoters don't understand that. The numbers could be better if everybody played ball with each other, But unfortunately, that ain't the case. So, it is what it is. But I think he did some solid numbers. I think the numbers that, Bob, can be proud of. Imagine if you put him in there with a really, really good opponent, what can happen? Not only was he competing against boxing, he was competing against boxing again. Then he was competing against the mixed martial arts. Even in a way, people who couldn't afford or didn't want to pay for the mixed martial arts pay-per-view, probably stayed and hung around for the Shakur card. So, it helped and it worked against him a little bit. So, but imagine he step up the opponent, it could be a marvelous thing for young Shakur Stevenson if he started to step it up in the right direction as far as the opponent. But then again, promoters and shit got to be willing to do it, and a lot of these guys only willing to do it on pay-per-view, and that helps nobody grow. That doesn't help the sport. It doesn't help the individual fighter, and they, quote unquote, and they tired of losing money, of course. How can you build a fighter who ain't doing consistently 1,000,000 homes or 1,000,000 people ain't seeing them? You can't do it that way. You got to build him up on a platform in which, with good fights, where people can see him. Then you build up other opponents to make it a premier fight. Everything they telling you pay-per-view, not pay-per-view. Really, anything below 147 pounds shouldn't be on pay-per-view. Just to be honest, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be on pay-per-view. Nobody wants to see no lightweights pay for no smaller guys. Somebody put it to me that way. He said they don't even be hurting each other. Remember, somebody told me that shit years ago. They don't even be hurting each other. Why would I pay that? So it is what it is. Solid numbers for young Shakur Stevenson. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.